I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to everyone today about cyber resiliency and the biggest obstacles faced by enterprises. When it comes to this topic, I have found in my experience that there are four common cyber resiliency plans and programs that I've seen over the years. The first one is the one that was developed in order to meet compliance needs. So, for example, you discover that due to needing to meet HIPAA requirements or whatnot, you need to put together a resiliency program really quick. So somebody goes out and does an internet search, finds one that kind of fits their needs, downloads it, does a search and replace, and puts the company's name in and calls it done. I'm sure there are some of you that can relate to that one. And I will admit in my past have been known to do that before I got smart. The next plan is one, don't laugh. And for those that are on the younger side of our audience today, this is the plan that was created in 1999 in preparation for Y2K. You might laugh at that, but honestly, there are organizations out there that still have their Y2K resiliency plan. And again, for those of you that aren't familiar with what that problem was, it was promised that when we went from the year 1999 to the year 2000, everything would break and, the world would go to, shall I be, the dark ages again. So there are some businesses and organizations out there that still have that. And believe me, they more than likely have not been updated since then. And if they have, they certainly haven't been exercised or tested. The next plan number 3, is the one that a lot of organizations today, fortunately, or more like unfortunately, have had to put together. And this is one that was mandated by the insurance company that they had as part of a cyber attack remediation. So a lot of organizations today have gone through that misfortune of having a cyber attack, whether it be ransomware or some other type of breach, and had to call on their insurance, file a claim. And of course, part of that, remediation effort was in order to renew your insurance, you need to have a cyber resiliency plan in place. So those are unfortunate instances of companies not understanding the value of having one in the first place. And more than likely, they probably don't understand the value of keeping it current. Which brings us to the fourth and last plan that I've seen in my experience, and that is an organization that really understands the value of having a live document called a cyber resiliency plan, and that plan is actually developed in partnership with the business, and that plan achieves the business goal and its purposes. So let's face it, again, I'm sure that everyone in our audience today has recognized themselves in one of those 4 plan types. But the one we rarely see is that last one, the ideal, the golden grail, if you will, of cyber resiliency plans. So let's take a moment and think about why it is that we need to have those plans. I touched on some of those reasons. And the first one is, of course, the whole response to threat. Cyber attacks are becoming more sophisticated and, more importantly, more methodical. I could argue on the level of sophistication because, let's face it, there's lots of, for business hacking or malicious programs that are out there. So I don't know how sophisticated the coding needs to be for you, a malicious actor, to take advantage of it, but they're becoming more methodical. And what I mean by that is I'm sure that many of you have recognized those headlines that we see in our trade rags today that talk about leveraging artificial intelligence, machine learning, and other technologies to accomplish these attacks. But more importantly, I think it's important to recognize that the attackers are opportunists and that they're looking for the easiest targets. Those that we've seen recently in the news have been to target local government and K through 12 school districts. When we think about that target group, I think all of us could agree that they're probably not the most sophisticated in regards to putting together a cyber program and or a resiliency plan.